Another great opportunity, most of our stuff now is over to Zoom. And I think I talked about this last week, but being likable, even getting rapport, it's called a smiling close, getting them to like you before they even like your product. Whether that is spending a few minutes talking about them or making them laugh. However, some of you guys are dry as whatever, but there are ways for you to get a smile out of people. There are ways for you to tell a joke. There are ways for you to get people to smile at you, right? And to understand and get on your same level. Whether it's, hey, we both have kids, or we're both from the construction industry, or we're both this, or we're both dads, we're both parents, we're both moms, whatever it is. How's your day going? Oh, probably typical, just like your day. I had to get up and do this and do that. And it never ends. But getting that person to like you and smile and before you ever pitch your product always is going to help you increase. Even if you don't close a sale, you always want to leave people in a good frame of mind. I hate to leave a sales call with somebody that is mad at me. And it's happened. It's happened where people are hanging the phone up on me or they don't. I think everything's going fine. And then we start the pitch and then I get the hang up and I thought everything was going great. That happens. But we want to try to leave most of our clients liking us. And sometimes we have to push a little bit through the resistance, right? Because if we're telling somebody how good a product is, or if we're telling somebody like, hey, this is how lead generation can change your business. This is how leads can change your business. And this is how we've done it for other people before. We go through and we sit there and we pitch them this product. We think everything's going well and they give us a no, and we don't push through that resistance. If we don't push through that, whatever that objection is, or even just that little bit of buying resistance, a lot of times that can turn off the prospect. Because remember, we have to believe in our product so much that when somebody tells us no, we can't understand why. And so if you can get that into your head and try to get clarification of that reason, you're going to close more sales because you're going to try to get through the resistance of that, the reason that they said no. What is the resistance? Because some people will say, even though I know this sounds great, I don't want to spend the money right now, I'm just going to say no. But if we go through and try to understand and get through the resistance and say, what is the reason that you're telling me no? We've answered all of your problems. We've figured out how this is going to help you. What is the reason? Don't just take resistance as a no. It's not always a no. Sometimes it's just, hey, I need a little more convincing. So empathy lets you take that resistance, take a step back, and look at their problem from a different point of view and come up with good solutions to that problem. Zig Ziglar told this story about a guy, it was a young salesman or whatever, and I'll try to repeat it. I'm not going to be able to repeat it word for word, but it was talking about the empathetic close. Instead of taking reasons why they can't buy a product, if somebody gives you an objections, hey, this is why I can't buy a product, turning that into a reason why they need to buy the product, right? And so there was this guy who sold smoke alarms and fire detection equipment and fire extinguishers and things like that for homes. And he was a door-to-door salesman, and he got one of those objections, right? And he said one of the objections was like, hey, my wife wrecked the car, the kids need braces, my wife ran into a sign the other day, the insurance is going to cover the car, but we may have to pay for the sign. And so he went through all the reasons that he could not purchase this stuff for his family. And so the guy goes through and he lists all these different reasons he can't buy, right? He listened, he was empathetic. And he says, besides all of those other things that is going on with your life, what is stopping you from buying this product? And so he took all of these guys' problems that this guy threw at him. He says, okay, besides all of that, what is stopping you from buying this product? And basically he said, in addition to all those problems, which to me and what you've told me may cost up to $30,000. So what's an extra $300 to make sure that your family and the most precious things in your life are protected? And he closed that sale with those objections just by that. Hey, okay, so you may wind up owing $30,000, but what's an extra 300 for knowing that your family's protected and that the most precious things in your life are protected for just an extra $300, right? And he closed that sale because he did not get into the sympathetic role of saying, man, this guy's got a lot on his plate. Maybe he doesn't need this stuff right now. He looked beyond the circumstance and said, no, this guy really needs this product to keep his family safe. And he was able to sell that product. So you want to be able to take the reasons they can't buy and flip them into the reasons why they should buy. And you'll hear people talk about this all the time, especially if you listen to a lot of motivation and things like that.